guys. Thank you so very much for patiently waiting. Like Mr. Garcia, what a pleasure to
so
see
good
you.
to see
Sir.
you.
I know it is so late in Florida.
Actually, very early in the morning. Very early. It's 1 a.m.
1 a.m. It's, you know, I think the next time someone is going to ask you, Robert, what keeps you up at night, I'm sure you're going to say Helen and Sri.
The HRM Summit India kept me up at night.
It's such a pleasure to see you, Robert. It's, I mean, as you know, we've had quite a very strong and long relationship, and we have done some great things together. When you were taking on the role of being the global vice president of the largest HR organization in the world, which was HRM. And you have done some tremendous amount of work for that organization until the time you decided to move on and do something even more interesting and exciting.
Absolutely.
Would you share with us a short journey? File has been up there on our website and on our social media handles. But there are people who may not know. There you go. I've got Helen as well, who wanted to.
I'm good. How are you doing?
Very good. Thrilled to be here with you. Thanks so much for the invitation.
You're very welcome.
A wonderful surprise, and congratulations for putting on a wonderful event.
Thank you so much.
The lineup of speakers is amazing. The number of participants that are here are wonderful. So this is being very agile and recreating and doing this virtually in what seems like a moment's notice. I know that you guys have probably been working very, very hard and many long hours, but it's a magnificent event that you should be very proud of. And I'm honored to be part of it as well.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So just for our audience, I'm going to introduce you, the man right here, Robert Garcia, Regional Vice President at Randstad RiseSmart, the fastest growing career transition and talent mobility company. He's responsible for assisting companies in strengthening employer brand, improve retention, and re-engage talent. Robert was formerly Vice President, as Sri just mentioned, of Global Development and Executive Director at Aiden University, as well as heading Vice President Global Operations prior to that with SHRM. He built the global brand SHRM in the Middle East, and we were very fortunate to work with him at the time. He has previously held executive positions with global organizations in various sectors. Currently, Robert is a professor in Master of Science in Human Resource Management and in Executive Education at Florida International University. Wow, Robert, you've got your hands full.
Yeah.
He was previously also a professor of business and human resource management at University of Miami and LSU. He holds 5 global certifications in human resource management, has been interviewed for his perspective on business by CNN, CBS, and many other news channels. You're a hero. He's a frequent keynote speaker in more than 86 countries, presenting at conferences throughout the Middle East, Asia, and the Americas. And today he's going to be speaking on workforce agility as a competitive advantage. Fantastic, Robert. Take it away.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you again. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen.
Sure.
Can you see the full version or?
Yeah, we could. You just, if you could, Robert, put that on a presentation mode. That's all. Super.
Yeah, one moment. Let me see.
No worries, no worries.
How's that?
Yeah, it's perfect. Super.
Wonderful. Wonderful. So again, thank you so much for that wonderful welcome and introduction. I'm thrilled to be here as Helen so graciously talked about my background. I've had great experience in work for very good companies and currently working for a wonderful company, Randstad RiseSmart, with a wonderful culture. And I'm also a professor at a university teaching in a master's level program. And so really giving back, I love to teach because it gives me an opportunity really to be with individuals that are new to HR or want to further their career in human resources. And I think it's a wonderful opportunity really to work with companies and develop a culture and support them. Certainly we've needed a lot of support in these what is going to be almost close to a year. It seems like longer than it has been. It's been several months of this pandemic that is really shaping and reshaping the way that we work. We've recognized that we've had to be very, very agile and really adapt the way that we work. A little on Randstad RiseSmart, we see work with and support many organizations globally. We are in over 80 countries and growing, as you heard from Helen. We are the fastest growing career mobility firm in the world. A shout out to my great partners in India, Joel and Ajub. Certainly, thanks for their support and good work that Randstad RiseSmart is doing throughout India and throughout the Middle East as well, and in so many countries. We have exceptional experiences and outcomes. We really work with individuals throughout their career. Being part of Randstad gives us an opportunity really to be with individuals from companies, partnering with them through talent acquisition, throughout redeployment and outplacement. And then we have exceptional experiences. We have a team of 3 individuals that includes the job concierge, branding expert, which is a certified resume writer, career coach, and it all is supported wholeheartedly with state-of-the-art technology. So the new world that we work on today, certainly we've seen has changed dramatically. It's given us an opportunity to really reflect and create a world that is very different. We see that the World Economic Forum has said that 1/3 of jobs worldwide are expected to be transformed. And we've certainly seen that in recent months. 133 million new jobs will be created to meet the demands of the future. The difficulty or the great challenge is that many of these jobs haven't really been defined. And we have to really look towards the future, evaluate what we're doing today so that we really can reinvent ourselves, our companies, the work that we do and how we do it. Leaders today, we sense that they're struggling with finding the passion and the career aspirations of their employees with the evolving needs of the business. So how do we adapt? How do we become agile at changing the way that we are and what we're doing so that we can be successful in the future and make sure that we grow? We know that there have been several industrial revolutions, and in each of those, it's created a different way to work. We have to focus on reskilling, upskilling, so that we can be competitive and successful in the future. This fourth industrial revolution certainly has brought on the Internet of Things, networks, connectivity, doing things differently, working. Certainly this pandemic has made us incredibly agile to reinvent ourselves and really connect and communicate virtually. There are tools and resources available to us that we are using better than we ever have before and never imagined that we would be, and that we've done it so quickly. I have seen so many businesses be successful because they were quick to adapt and be agile into this new world of work and really connect with employees. And as you know, throughout the world, we're all working from home and stressing systems to their capacity in being successful. Unfortunately, not all businesses have been able to transform. Certainly, we've seen that in the retail industry, where lots of brick and mortar stores have not been able to open. Restaurants, hospitality has certainly struggled to reinvent itself. But hopefully this will be over and we will go back, but we will certainly be different as a result of that. So what do we need to get ready for the future? What do we need to be successful in that future? We'll discuss exploring our emotions, increase our collaboration, and certainly promoting experimentation. In exploring emotions, we need to look at not only ourselves, but our employees. Have conversations with them, whether virtually or keeping social distance, adequate social distance, certainly wearing our masks to protect each other from this horrible COVID-19. But looking inwardly and seeing where we are, looking at personality traits of our teams. Do we have individuals that are different and complement each other? What is your personal drive and motivation, and what is the personal drive and motivation of your employees? What about satisfaction? Are we satisfied? Are we passionate about what we do? What about our relationships? And then looking at our mental agility. Are we the type of person, and are our teams the types of individuals that are agile and are willing to make changes and embrace that change, being flexible? And we know that change is stressful. We know that it's the constant of business, but we need to find individuals on our team today more than ever that are agile and are ready to adapt quickly. Also, how do we promote experimentation in what we're doing? Experiment to innovate, innovate to drive change, making sure that we have ideas that are provided to us by our team members. Make sure that we are open to those ideas and work through those ideas, because we know for a fact that innovation comes from everyone within the organization, from frontline employees through the CEO. Everyone has good ideas, and we have to have sessions, brainstorming sessions, to bring those ideas to fruition. And they may be the next great idea that will make us an incredible company and be incredibly successful. Eliminating those constraints that we have, always looking at our competition and trying to create a better mousetrap, as we say, making sure that things adapt quickly so that we understand the needs of our consumers, of our customers, that we are ahead, that we give customers what they not only want, but what they don't even know that they need and want. Those are the companies that are going to be successful in the future. And then increasing collaboration through support from senior leadership team, from creating self-managing teams, establishing obviously timelines. Supervisors and leaders within organizations have learned how to manage and supervise and support their teams remotely. Encourage horizontal communication not just vertical, so communications from throughout the organization, among teams, among business units, reducing those delays, removing those obstacles so that we can move forward, and really work well together. And as we see how we've used technology to our advantage. And then how do we create a strategy that will create a workforce that is agile? We need to create a roadmap where our employees are able to explore their career, their aspirations, what is necessary. We need data that will provide them with information about demand of the job, potential growth, the skills that are required. Having a learning plan that's tailored to their goals and aspirations, but also looks at their gaps, and then empower them to make informed decisions so that they can have new beginnings, continued growth within the organization, and making sure that they are being successful and helping the company be successful as well. Strategic HR leaders need an approach that is relevant and easier to implement. We can see there that employees are enabled with the ability, time, and tools to continuously learn. So learning is an important part of what we do. Building that resilience and agility that I talked about, making sure that all employees recognize that that is an important part of growing in their career within the organization, and certainly recognizing that we have to reskill and owning our own career and making sure that we develop the skills that are necessary, whether it's going back to school or applying some micro learning experiences. Leaders have to have the incentive to develop and share their talent. So part of the performance management process of leaders, we need to make sure that leaders look out for the success of their employees, enable employees to learn formally or through the flow of their work through on the job training. And then for organizations, we need to be inclusive in terms of the development of our organization, encourage skills and interests of individuals, the passion that each employee has, that we understand what that is, and really redeploy or move those individuals in the organization where those talents we are able to utilize and benefit from, personally as well as organization-wide. And making sure that, again, we look at our competitive environment and keep the talented individuals engaged, and make sure that they grow within organizations, because we know that individuals leave bad leaders. So if we work with our leaders and we create good leadership, employees will be engaged. And a great part of engagement has to do with the career opportunities that we give employees. Employees that we spend time and efforts in development tend to be happier, more productive employees in our organization. So at Randstad RiseSmart, we have an approach that I'd like to share with you today. And it's based on this agility model, where we have each individual employee is matched with a coach. We define the skills gap. We explore careers, looking at market data that is available to see the needs of those future careers where they have aspirations to explore or obtain. We give them access to training courses. We have about 20,000 trainings courses. Handpick those courses depending on the learning opportunities. Personalize that plan. Provide them with support so that they can move on or move up within the organization. And how we do that is we have high touch support. Occupation Explorer delivers that market data, salary, market demand, job outlook, skills related occupations, and looks at the gaps that they have and how they need to accomplish those with the career exploration decisions. We have this learning hub that has the 20,000 courses, including LinkedIn Learning, Udemy, and other providers, making sure that we review these courses, giving them guidance as they go through the process along the lines of a career coach. Employees can't do this alone, although many employees know that they are responsible for their career goals and plan within an organization. But the better organizations are really looking at career exploration as something that we do together, making sure that we help them with looking at their courses. And we have a certified learning advisor that assists these employees. And we work with organizations throughout the world to create these programs to help individuals with the redeployment of their employees internally and externally. And unfortunately, because of the pandemic, we're very fortunate that we're working and partnering with lots of organizations as they redeploy or they outplace their employees. And we know it's a difficult time, but providing them with that support is an important part of the reputation of the organization. This is what makes organizations best place to work. If we are with employees from throughout the employee life cycle, even as they're exiting the organization, you have to have that support and that partnership. And I think we do a great job of getting employees the tools and resources that are necessary to engage in job search and move on to the next opportunity within their organization. I want to thank you for the time that I've been with you here today. I look forward to continuing to participate in the conference, and I know that you're going to continue to learn and explore so many different topics that are going to be that have been discussed and are discussing. And just remember that you need to be agile, and you need to continue to grow and develop your skills. And if you are leaders, you need to really take the time for your employees to understand what skills are necessary so that you can continue to be successful in the future. Helen, I think we have some questions.
Yes, Robert, we've got two questions, and I'll start with the first. By trying to continuously create agility in our workforce, aren't we creating more of a disgruntled workforce? I think it comes from a space of making changes, and change is always difficult, right? So while you look at agile in one way, they're looking at change in the other way. And how do you take that forward?
Yeah, I think not everyone is receptive to change. Not everyone is agile, and making sure that not everybody is interested in upskilling or reskilling. But as leaders, we need to look at each employee individually. And those employees that are talented, those employees that have high potential and perform well, are the ones that are going to embrace this change and be agile. What we need to do to those employees that don't like change or potentially could be disgruntled is to have conversations with them and see what it is that they want. Perhaps it's doing what they've been doing forever. Their growth is going to be limited, and we need to have frank and honest conversations with them, that they may not survive in the new world of work. So if we don't adapt, if we are not agile and embrace the change and the new skills that are necessary in the future, they may not have a job. I don't want to think about being a dinosaur. We remember what happened to the dinosaurs. No one wants to be a dinosaur. So we need to adapt.
True.
We may not like
Yeah.
technology, but the only way for us to continue working and being successful is to learn new skills and keep growing.
And unlearn and relearn as well, and to be open to that change.
Correct.
Absolutely agree. The second question we have for you, Robert, is what kind of mindset is necessary to develop agility? Good one.
So yes, so one of the slides really talked about that having that mindset, having those conversations with your employees about being ready for this new world of work, being very positive, making sure that we are fully engaged, that we have a passion around what we do. That's the only way that we will adapt and be agile and be receptive to learning new skills. We also have to make sure that we coach our employees along the way. Not everybody is receptive to these changes, and every people tend to do things the way that they've been doing it. And we need to encourage them along and recognize those employees that are going to be more successful and are more talented, are those that have the right mindset and the right skill set for learning and moving forward.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Robert. That's all we have time for. Very, very happy to have you at HRM Summit India 2020 and look forward to seeing a lot more of you.
Thank you so much. Continued success, and
Thank you.
Have a great conference.
Sorry, Robert, hang on. I have a rather silly question, if you don't mind. But it's been asked by one of the panelists. There is something that he has observed, one of the attendees, he's observed that most of your slide deck, as well as your introduction on the first slide onwards, almost everything is in lowercase. Any particular reason? Is it part of branding?
That's a good observation. It's part of our logo and our branding. Randstad RiseSmart is lowercase, so we've incorporated it in our presentations. So it's part of our style.
Absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the question. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Robert. See you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Do take care, Robert. Thank you so much. And a big shout out to the few Floridians who are online right now. And you guys stay safe and stay healthy. And when we will get through this, we will meet in person. Do take care.